Hello healthy gamers, today we are making Hawaiian style pork steaks, and you ask why are they Hawaiian style? Because they have pineapple, and as we all know, the Old Testament says that anything with pineapple is therefore Hawaiian. That's facts guys, that's science right there. In the fry pan there is fresh pineapple cooking with coconut oil, and then a gigantic pork steak. That thing's got to be like 18 or 20 ounces. And what I cook here, I will eat in one meal, but that's because I do intermittent fasting, and this is the only meal I get for the day. So if you don't do that, what you can do is kind of cook the same amount, but just serve it up into 2 or 3 different servings and eat them. You could eat the leftovers for lunch the next day. That would be a great option, or eat it for dinner again the next day. As your pork steak continues to brown, you want to add in a little bit of soy sauce, about 1 tablespoon to the pork steak, and let that soy sauce kind of cook into the meat. And then on the other side, you want to start cooking your sweet potatoes, and again cook them in about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You can see that the pork steak is starting to get a nice color to it, and that's what you're going for. You want to cook it long enough on each side so that it gets nice and brown, but it doesn't get burnt. After the pork steak has been cooking for about 10 to 12 minutes, add in peppers and onions on top and just let those cook. This is what you're going for. You want to let that cook for about 3 minutes before removing the meat from the heat. After your sweet potatoes have cooked for 5 to 7 minutes, add in your plantains and allow them to brown. So I get a lot of questions on how you can get enough carbohydrates on a paleo primal style diet when you're avoiding the processed grains like pastas and breads. And so right here what you see, that's where I primarily get my carbohydrates: plantains, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, rice a little bit, and then just your fruit. Bananas are really high in carbohydrates. Allow the potatoes and plantains to cook for about 3 minutes untouched on each side so that you get that nice golden brown color. What do you call that? Browning? A nice golden brown browning on the side. And of course, add in more peppers and onions and garlic. Alternatively, you could add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and have a brown sugar glaze over the plantains and sweet potatoes. That would be a really good taste, but it would definitely add more sugar and more carbohydrates to your meal. Let the onions and peppers cook for about 3 minutes, and that is good to go. Here are the macro breakdowns for this entire meal. 1938 calories, 126 grams of carbs, 82 grams of fat, and 97 grams of protein. Holy shit, right? Yeah, that's a lot of calories, but consider for the rest of the day, all I've had is a meal replacement drink, which has about 500 to 600 calories, about 50 grams of protein. So this actually fits perfectly into my macros. I get about 150 grams of carbs that day, plenty of fat, and then 150 grams of protein. So it is a perfect intermittent fasting meal. If you want to keep seeing macros in these videos, please hit like. That gives me the incentive to add the macros, because otherwise it's just kind of a pain for me to do, and I hate calculating macros. But if enough of you hit like, then I will keep adding macros to these videos. Thanks for watching. Please have a wonderful day. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends, and then if you have any meal suggestions, I am totally open to them.